Hey folks, Post here, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and again, thanks to Mini Emerald, we do have the next set of Battle Villa opponents and all that stuff. Already, Datamined, again, as usual with Datamined info, it's all, all subject to change. It could be, they could switch it around whenever they want, right? So, it's not, and nothing's final, nothing's like 100% confirmed. But anyways, with that being said, let's go into it. So, they switched up the Battle Villa, apparently, for the next one, right? So we got a new villa, kinda? Like, it's not, like, completely new, but it's definitely different. And by that, I mean, they didn't, like, bring in, like, new opponents or whatever. They shuffled around the stages, so a lot of, like, the harder stages are now, like, easier, and a lot of the easier ones are, like, harder, so the typings that you need to use are different, so like your whole strategy has to start changing, right, in terms of which units you're using first, which units you're saving for later, right, all that stuff. So let's go into it. Initial items, you get hearty stew, almighty apple pie, replenishing patty. That's the same, right? You know, get one HP healing item, one MP healing item, and then one, all stat boosting item, right? That thing, right? So going into the first hall, the weakness is electric. So I think these are still the same, right? 1, 2, and 3. 1 weak to electric, 2 weak to water, 3 weak to ice, 4 is Erica, right? Weak to ice, and then Rachel's still there, right? Weak to whatever it was, right? Again, ice, electric, water. This is electric, water, ice, right? And then you get all the stuff. These do seem like the same, right? And then these are the extra rewards, so not the extra rewards. The options you get after beating Rachel, right? Apparently these are also mined. Vitality treats, you get a replenishing patty, which is great, right? Vigor treats, you get critical herb tea. If you want that, I guess you go for that. Not a huge fan. It's just like no point getting critical herb tea when you could just get like a, well, I guess it's not so much in this case, but. Actually, no, it is this case. When you could get replenishing patty instead, that like replenishes the MP of your whole team. So like any dire hit alls or whatever, dire hit all pluses, critical squad, dire hits, you could all replenish all that. So like that's just way better than getting critical hurt, right? And then you got extra rewards. You got 34% chance of 1 gem leader node, 33% chance of 2 gem leader nodes, and 33% chance of 3 gem leader nodes, which is I wouldn't say like completely pointless, but it's just better going for like replenishing patty, right? So moving on to halt number 6, challenge in the villa part 4. You got it's weak to fire. So if you guys remember, Thorton was the one that was weak to Thorton and gang was the ones weak to fire, right? So Thorton and gang were weak to fire, fire, grass, and rock, which were the 3 I wouldn't say strongest. Because they're not the strongest anymore, but all 3 of them are really strong, right? Fire, you got Torkoal, Charizard, Infernape, right? Those are all really good fire type units. Grass type, you got Roserade, Sceptile, those are great as well. Rock type, you got Lycanroc, right? So extremely strong units for like the really later stages, but this time they shuffled them so that they brought those stages that a lot of us do have really strong units for. They brought it to they brought them much earlier, right? So it would be, I would assume, much easier to beat, right, in comparison to the later stages. So you get to use your strong your extremely strong units really early, and then they put some of the harder to beat the stages with not as strong strikers, or as they would assume right now, because the truth is once you get there, it's actually really easy as well. So I wouldn't say really easy, but these stages are really beatable with a lot of units that a lot of folks do have, right? Again, there's so many options for fire. Torkoal, Infernape, like they just destroy the stage. Charizard, and then you got rock, and then grass, and then you got Chris, right? Weak to grass, fire, rock, get through Elite 4 nodes, and then Thorton. Again, Thorton brought up to Hall 10 where Sawyer was, right? So there's that. You get Lucky Scrolls after that. Then after that, you get Vitality Treats, you get Hearty Stew, Vigor Treats, ZT Special, Can't remember what that is. Probably kind of irrelevant. Extra rewards. First set is 2 Elite Four notes. These are all, again, 33%, right? It's either 2, 3, or 4 Elite Four notes, right? With extra rewards. Moving on to the 11th hall. So this is weak to fighting. 11th is weak to fighting. 12th is weak to steel. 13th is weak to dark. So this is the Sawyer set, right? With 14 being Agatha, weak to dark, fighting steel, and then 15 being Sawyer, weak to fighting dark steel. So this used to be, if I remember correctly, this used to be the set with Lyra and Hilda, right? And then they swapped this to Sawyer, which is going to be a bit more difficult, right? I'm not looking forward to this one. I mean, Sawyer was tough. Sawyer was tough. And you know, they made them even tougher by, you know, pushing him down, right, to the, you know, lower halls, or not lower halls, I guess higher halls, higher in terms of numbers, halls, right? So they pushed Sawyer down here. So the stages that you would need, stuff like Lucario, Sogalia, whatever, right, Metagross, Houndoom, these folks to clear, they made them harder, right? They made Thorton, all those guys, easier. They made Sawyer and Gang harder. And then after that, you get your stuff. Vitality treats. If you pick Vitality treats, you get Replenishing Patty. Vigor treats, that's Preventive Pea Soup. Extra rewards. Oh, it's just, you know, 30% chance of a 1-star either of these lucky cookies, right? Moving on to Hall 16, Challenge of the Villa Part 10. This is weak to Dragon. Next one's weak to Flying. Next one's weak to Poison. So this is the Lyra and Hilda set. So they basically put like the last set. So here's what they kind of did. So they had the first set is still the same. It does seem like what they did is they moved every set one set later, right? So they moved Sawyer to the Hilda set, the Hilda to the Nolan set. They moved Nolan to the Thorton set, and then they moved Thorton all the way back down to the Sawyer set, right? So this is second last set, which is honestly kind of tough, right? Because if you make like this set tougher, you got, you know, stuff like Dragon, Flying, and Poison, which your main options, Kingdra, Rayquaza, Lance, which all aren't bad. Oh, also Haxorus as well. And then for Flying, got Blue and Blue. I guess Kaylee maybe. And then Poison, Crobat / Salazar, because, you know, when this comes out, Salazar will be out as well, right? Which is actually a really, really decent option. Like, Salazar is kind of whatever, honestly, but it's not bad for Villa if you know, get her maxed Sync Grid out, right? Well, you know, it's AoE strikers are just much better in Villa. Who knows? I'm still not too hot on Salazar, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, after that it's Lyra against Lyra, and then after that it's Hilda, and then you get your next set of rewards: Vitality treats, Hearty Stew, Almighty Apple Pie for Vigor treats, then 2-star cookies, 30% chance of each one of these, right? Moving on to the last set, you got Psychic Week, Ghost Week, and Bug Week. So this is the Mewtwo plus Nolan set, which is now the Mewtwo plus Golisopod set. And, you know, again, this should be out after Golisopod comes out. So Golisopod should destroy this with, like, no problem. Golisopod is just so incredibly broken, man. And Mewtwo, again, covers both Psychic and Ghost. And now we also have Miss Magius for Ghost as well. So there's that as well if you guys, you know, want to go for that, right? And then here's Titan Liza. And then the last one would be Nolan, right? Which is Psychic, Bug, and Ghost, which here, you know, stuff like Nolan himself. Mewtwo, Miss Magius. What else? Would Reuniclus's grid be up? I think no. I think Reuniclus's grid comes right after this season of Battle of Villa ends, right around that time. Let's see. 15. Yeah, it's right around the time that ends. So maybe, I guess, you don't get to use Reuniclus here, unfortunately. Which, by the way, the new reworked Reuniclus fits perfectly for Battle Villa. But unfortunately, you know, it ends before Runacla's grid comes out, I think, or is rumored to come out. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, so that's the new set of Battle Villa stuff. Again, thanks to Mini Emerald for finding this information. And well, last time, none of this is confirmed or anything changed. At a drop of a hat, it's again Datamined info. They could do whatever with it, right? So, anyways, that's me for this one. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon Master content. I will be streaming more Pokemon Black later today, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys. There then.